Far-right commentator Matt Walsh pretends to be a logical, tell-it-like-it-is type guy who sticks to the facts. But if you actually read what he posts online and listen to what he says on his show, you'll quickly find that he bases most of what he says off of his emotions, his feelings, and not off of facts or logic. So a great example of this is his treatment of Netflix. He has this whole victim complex that Netflix is woke, conservatives are victims of Netflix, and Netflix is waging a war against conservatives with its woke culture. A great example of this came recently from a post of his about American Primeval, the show, and he's comparing it to other shows and talking about how unwoke it is. And just listen to this victim complex on full display. This is him talking again about American Primeval. Watched 2 episodes. Shockingly unwoke so far. No evil white man narrative. Indians are portrayed as generally warlike and ruthless. Lead female is mostly helpless and has to be constantly saved by the man. We'll see if it's saving the woke tropes for later. So far, so good. The woke tropes. I mean, I watch plenty of Netflix and I don't really see any wokeness whatsoever. But of course, this is Matt Walsh. So he has his victim complex. Listen to the things that he pointed out, though, that I was reading you. The lead female has to constantly be saved by the man. So he's saying that's a sign of not being woke. No, it's not enough for him that the female, isn't a hero or isn't someone who takes the lead. He needs her to constantly be saved by the man. That's the bare minimum to him to avoid being woke. How telling is that? Women always need to be damsels in distress in his view. This dude is totally misogynistic. I mean, holy cow. Indians need to be portrayed as warlike and ruthless. Warlike and ruthless. Otherwise, a show is perpetuating woke tropes. Really? That's always how it needs to be? No. Buddy, you're way too online. You are way too obsessed with the culture. You need to touch grass. Go hang out with one of your 6 kids. Stop obsessing over stuff that doesn't even affect you. I mean, so he says, we'll see if it saves the woke tropes for later. I'm guessing that he's going to come back and say, oh, they went woke, because it always tends to be that way. So they're off to a strong start in his view, with the female character always being saved, with the Indians acting bad, because Matt Walsh needs non-white people to be bad. If there's a fictional work, he needs white people to be portrayed as the good guys. He needs Indians, anyone who's not white, to be portrayed as the bad guys, because he just sees white people as the good guys and Indians as the bad guys. So this guy gets up every morning and obsesses over fiction, obsesses over the culture. Really, he goes through a checklist as he's sitting through Netflix shows, seeing, whoa, let's see, they checked off this woke trope, they didn't check off this one, so at least that's kind of good. How about you just enjoy the show for what it is? He views some of these woke tropes the same way some, oversensitive college students might view a quote-unquote microaggression. He's like, oh, it would be a microaggression against my anti-woke sensibilities for them to have a woman who's brave, strong, and who helps the man every once in a while. That would offend my anti-woke, my conservative sensibilities. It's so dumb. And I want to talk too about a broader trend I'm noticing ever since Trump won the election. We need to point this out with this Matt Walsh post too, because it fits right in. Is that right-wingers are simultaneously acting like, oh yeah, we just owned you leftists. You are so unpopular. You losers. We're the winners. We won. Suck it. While at the same time still pretending like they're victims, still being more miserable than ever, still whining till the cows come home. How about that, huh? They get to have their cake and eat it too. They get to enjoy the feeling of winning and also enjoy, or I guess utilize, the power of being or pretending to be a victim. Because they always need to be the victims. That is what justifies their acts of aggression. That's what justifies Matt Walsh and libs of TikTok demonizing anyone who is not straight, anyone who is queer. That's what justifies, basically doxing people, bomb threats, all this stuff, violence, all of the most horrific stuff possible. It's not enough that they've won. They still need to win again. And in order to win again, they need to pretend to be losers and victims so that they can justify beating up their aggressors in return. Utilize self-defense or perceived self-defense in order to continue scoring blows against your opponent. We've seen it so much. But yeah, just a ridiculous post on X I thought I'd read to you. As always, please leave a comment to the channel. Let me know what you think of Mr. Walsh and his fixation on woke tropes in Netflix. Like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you in my next video.